Oh, hey there. Good of you to join me. My name's Bart. I will be your driver this evening. Good to have you on board. You've had all the safety checks, I'm sure. So, when you're all buckled in, ready to go, we're gonna head out to the hangar. I'm gonna hook you up with Tranquil 19, which is gonna be the ship that's taking you on your little trip today. So, just sit back, let me take you out there. There she is, Ship Butte. Hey, Dudders.
Hello, Bart.
Got your passenger here.
Ah, good show.
Ready to go out on the runway?
Absolutely. Hook on when you're ready.
Good here. Alright. Gonna hook up on the back here. You have to excuse me, I'm just gonna be concentrating here. This is a bit of a tricky maneuver. Oops. Better try that again. Hold tight. Alright, Doubters, we are connected up. Okay, you're gonna take off your brakes there and we're gonna head out onto the runway. So, what's gonna happen now is, as I say, we're gonna taxi out onto the runway. I'm gonna turn around, ready for takeoff. You're gonna jump out here, jump into Tranquil 19. And then I'm gonna get out of here and you get to enjoy your flight, okay? So, almost there. KSP Tower, this is Tug 1, towing Tranquil 19. Permission to head out onto the runway.
Tug 1. This is KSP Tower. The runway is all yours. Report when vacated.
Roger that, KSP Tower. We'll report when vacated. Alright, almost there now. You want to get ready to jump out? Alright, Dudders. I'll drop you here. Have a safe flight. Ah, hello. My name is Duddrin. I will be your pilot this evening on this flight. As you can see, this is not a regular passenger-carrying vehicle, so if you could refrain from pressing any of the buttons or levers or anything in front of you, really, as that is the co-pilot's position, and I'd hate for you to put us into a spot of bother. So, as I say, I am your pilot. I am quite capable of flying the Tranquil 19 up onto a low Kerbal orbit, and then we will do a flyby of the Mon before heading back and landing back here on this runway. So, that is our flight plan. If you have any questions. No? Okay. Well, just a few safety precautions. If you stay buckled in at all times, that would be for the best. We will be experiencing zero gravity and low gravity and high rates of G-force, so if you could bear with me, I will no doubt inform you in good time when we will be facing a change in gravitational fields. We will be travelling quite fast through the atmosphere, and the vessel will heat up rather rapidly, so don't be alarmed, it's quite normal. Okay, so I'm just going to do my final few checks here. So if you'll bear with me, we'll get underway as soon as possible. KSP Tower, this is Tranquil 19, requesting permission to take off from runway 09.
Tranquil 19, this is KSP Tower. The sky is clear. It is all yours.
Roger that, KSP Tower. Engines up. So at the minute we are at about 2/3 throttle. Building up our speed. If I go quiet at any time, it is because I am concentrating, so just bear with me. And rotate. And we're off the deck. Gear up. Proceeding to climb. It's a shame it's a nighttime flight. Not a lot to see in the dark. You will notice how quiet it is inside the cabin. It is a unique design feature of the Tranquil fleet, hence the name, where most of the engine noise and vibrations are dampened to such levels that you can hardly hear inside. I imagine outside it's very noisy, but here in here we are experiencing a nice quiet flight. And if you look to the right, you'll see our emergency runway. That is where we will be landing if we have an emergency, which we shouldn't do. I have every confidence. So here we are going to climb to a height of around 10,000 meters, where we will then proceed to level off slightly so that we can gain more speed in preparation for our orbital burn. At present our engines are jet engines, air breathing, but once we reach a certain altitude and the air is too thin, we will switch them to a closed cycle and they will become more akin to a rocket-powered engine. Now you'll notice that we are squirreling around a little bit, but that's normal. Do not worry. Now you may notice the heat building up. Again, it's all very normal. "20,000 meters, we have reached the speed of 1500 meters per second. We are still climbing and accelerating. Okay, now we are losing speed due to the lack of air in the atmosphere. And soon we will be switching over to closed cycle. There we go. You might feel a slight jolt. As we're heading into the sunrise now, we should get some wonderful views. What a sight, eh? Gets me every time. Okay, we are currently on a suborbital trajectory, so if we were to do nothing now, we would simply fall back into the atmosphere and we would become a regular aircraft again. But our liquid fuel engine should take us the rest of the way. There we go. We're looking to be orbiting at around about 80,000 meters. And there we have it. We have achieved our orbit. Congratulations, Mr. Dansby, you are now in orbit. A fully fledged astronaut, if you like. Okay, so now that we've achieved our orbit, our next goal is to increase our apoapsis until we can intercept the Mun, at which point we will execute a flyby of the Mun, take some nice pictures, and then we shall return back, plunge back into the atmosphere at breakneck speed, and then land back at the facility at KSP. So this is going to be the long part of the journey, I'm afraid. If you've brought a book, now is the time to read it. sit back and enjoy the ride. So as you can see, we're now burning in our trajectory to head towards the Mun. We should rendezvous with it in a few hours' time. Don't worry, we're not heading towards the sun. It might look that way, but that's not how space works. There we go. Computer says we have executed our burn. So now we are just going to glide. Ah. Wakey wakey, Mr. Dansby. As you can see now, we are currently heading backwards towards the Mun. I know it seems strange, but all will become apparent shortly. It's a shame that we have such tiny windows in the cockpit, but you should still be able to get some good pictures. So I'm going to spin us around now. We have slowed down enough so that we're not shoot off into outer space. So now we will perform our flyby of the Mun, which will be, well, it will seem slow. As you can see out of the window, there she is, the Mun. Big dusty rock. I've flown by it a number of times now. This is my 18th mission, I believe. One day I may even land on it. Would you care for some refreshments at all? I have brought a few things. I'll just get them out now. As you can see, if you look out of the right-hand side window, you can see both in the same picture. This is a good place to be to get some good shots. Would you like me to land? No, of course not. Unfortunately, Tranquil 19 is not capable of landing on one. Not at this point. Perhaps a few more modifications and upgrades. How are you enjoying your flight so far? Yes, it is rather slow, I'll give you that. But it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So we're not going to get any closer than that today. So I hope you've enjoyed your trip today. We are going to be heading back to Kerbal now. the way that gravity works, we don't really have a choice. We don't have the fuel to do much else. So this next leg of the journey will be our changing of planes from an orbit around the Mun to an orbit back around Kerbal. And once we slow it down enough, we should enter the atmosphere. It'll be very rapid descent, lots of heat, lots of noise. Well, not so much noise, not in one of these. And then, with a little bit of luck, we will land on the main runway at KSP. Worst case scenario, we will land in a field somewhere. Take one last look at the Mun. She disappears behind the engines there. Hope you filled your camera. And here we are, descending our orbit. Fired off our main engine there. This should slow us down to a speed that will allow us to enter the atmosphere much safer. So now we are descending. Now if we've timed this right, then hopefully we should be landing at KSP hopefully in the daylight. So brakes are on. Again, we may be a little squirrely as we go through the atmosphere, but don't worry. All is in control. And you can see the heat is starting to build up now. We are traveling at 2,370 meters per second. Tilt the nose up just to shave off some of the speed. As we just dipped below 50,000 meters. Leveling off now. So here we are now on final approach. We're still carrying a lot of speed, as you can see, but not to worry, it can be shaved off quite quickly. There we are. Okay, so rather than go around, I'm going to line us up. Vector onto the runway, and hopefully we should have a nice smooth landing in one go. This is going to be a rapid descent to the runway. Kill the engines now, we're just going to glide. KSP Tower, this is Tranquil 19, approaching runway 19. Permission to land.
Tranquil 19, this is KSP Tower. The runway is clear. You're clear to land. Out.
Roger, KSP Tower will report when vacated runway. Making our turn onto final approach. Oops, overshot a little bit. Minor correction. I always try to aim to land with some fuel left in the tanks, but on this occasion I may feel like I may need to use it all. Yeah, just to give ourselves a little boost of speed, that we don't stall before the runway. Down to 400 meters. Gear down. Surface speed 75 meters per second. Powering up our engines to maintain. 250. $200. $150. $100. Engines powered down, air brakes full. Deploying parachute. Gear down. Touchdown. A smoother landing than I expected. Okay. So we're just going to taxi straight off the runway here. And there is still fuel in the tanks. Excellent. The boys will be pleased. Well, thank you for accompanying me on this mission, Mr. Dansby. I trust that you enjoyed it as much as you hoped you would. And if Bart's not along, then we shall go back into the hangar and we can await his arrival, and you can take you home. Okay, just shutting down everything now. And I hope to see you again on another flight. KSP Tower, sign off.